Coming up, what does this bizarre orange beast have in common with this workhorse? And even though it kind of looks like one, is this thing even considered a locomotive? We're talking about all that and more next. The two machines you're about to see are pretty rare birds in the railroad world. They belong to Norfolk Southern, but they don't pull freight or passengers. These beasts are part of the NS engineering department, and on the outside they appear to have most of the features of a traditional locomotive. A headlight, ditch lights, a horn, and even what appears to be an antenna array for positive train control. The MW after the number here indicates that this is used in maintenance of way service. Now, I have not seen one of these in action yet, but online they've been photographed pulling heavy continuous welded rail trains. Trains like these haul and unload that rail. Those long stretches of steel, usually a quarter of a mile long, are secured to a car at the middle of the train. Special rollers on the other cars allow the rails to move slightly, and the steel can actually bend as the train takes a curve. These days, Class 1 railroad main lines are continuous welded rail or ribbon rail, meaning you won't hear as much of that distinctive clickety-clack sound that you would have heard with sections of jointed rail. CWR is less maintenance intensive, stronger, and provides a smoother and faster ride for trains. Norfolk Southern operates an extensive rail plant at Inman Yard in Atlanta, Georgia. The facility dates back to the Southern Railway and opened in 1958. Here, you see a crane with huge electromagnets picking up pieces of sectional rail. Typically, railroads receive 80-foot so-called sticks of rail that are eventually welded together and create long strands of continuous welded rail. Now, traditionally, work trains like those dropping rail have been hauled by locomotives with an engineer and a conductor. But these orange machines are designed to be run with only maintenance of way employees. Most likely the railroad is saving money by not needing an engineer or conductor on the train. I would imagine not designating these as locomotives would get around some kind of union agreement, but I can't say for sure. But this thing definitely looks like a locomotive. Here you'll see similarities to engines that once made up a big chunk of Norfolk Southern's fleet. Although almost unrecognizable now, these were built from old General Electric Dash 9s. The Dash 9 was a highly successful locomotive model for GE and helped the company solidify its place as North America's top locomotive manufacturer, a title held for many years by General Motors' Electromotive division. Norfolk Southern bought both standard cab and wide-nose versions of these locomotives. So, is there anything on the outside of these units that remains from the original Dash 9s? Well, these units still ride on GE Hiad trucks. And even though they don't stick out like on a traditional modern locomotive, these radiator grills appear to be the same as what you'd find on a General Electric locomotive from the late 1980s through the early 2000s. Aside from the placement of many of the grills on the sides, the external similarities pretty much end there. This is basically a modern take on a cowl body. Now, from what I've been able to gather, these were built by Railco in Iowa. The company was acquired by Wabtec in 2020. Wabtec, or Westinghouse Airbrake Technologies Corporation, also owns GE Transportation. Although they've rebuilt plenty of conventional locomotives, some of Railco's most interesting work has been these maintenance of way machines. I found some cool pictures on the company's Facebook page. Here's a work train for Union Pacific, and a vegetation spray train with what looks like a control tower at the top. This beast looks like the Norfolk Southern units I've shown you, but judging by the trucks and fuel tank, it's built on an EMD platform. And finally, a Canadian Pacific work train. This appears to just be a control cab. I'd imagine there's a power unit at the other end of the train. Of course, Norfolk Southern has a lot of rebuilt locomotives on its roster. And many of those are former GE-9s. They've been converted into AC-44 C6Ms. The biggest change here, the DC traction motors are swapped out for ones using alternating current. AC motors provide better adhesion, less wheel slip. They're also more reliable, simpler, and more rugged and more efficient than DC motors. The units also got updated cabs and improvements to tractive effort, fuel efficiency, and reliability. However, I doubt these maintenance of way units got AC traction. Now, this is not a new concept. Maintenance of way power cars, or whatever you want to call them, have been built and utilized by various companies and railroads over the years. This is called a self-powered slot machine, or SPS. When I recorded this footage, workers were using it to pull several gondolas filled with new cross ties. An excavator rode on top and unloaded them. And here's a similar unit. It's called a multi-purpose machine, or MPM, and is operated by transportation infrastructure contractor Herzog. The slot machine and MPM can be used for the same tasks, but the design of the Herzog train is a little more unique in my opinion. The excavator here rides on rails built into customized well cars. This thing also has an operator's cab on both sides of the train. Now, many of these machines can be remotely operated from outside of the cab. This plated up cab is all that remains of this remotely operated Kansas City Southern maintenance of way unit. And here's what was designated as an F40PH-2M. According to the book Locomotives, the Modern Diesel and Electric Reference, these things were custom built by EMD in the 1980s to lead rail grinding trains. But they did not have head-end power like you would have found on an Amtrak F40PH. Of course, rail grinders help to extend the life of the tracks by restoring the profile of the railhead. This modern grinder, operated by Loram, is pulled by some kind of custom power unit, but it still rides on EMD Blomberg trucks. In the end, maintenance of way equipment and many locomotives are not really designed to look good. They're engineered to get a specific job done. As you might imagine, it was pretty tough finding information about Norfolk Southern's distinctive maintenance of way machines. If you have anything to add, leave a comment down below. Anyway, that's it for now. Please consider checking out some of my other videos once you finish this one. And as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.